Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine, continue the book of Proverbs. I have finished part of chapter 28, actually just a little, several paragraphs, several verses left from chapter 28. And just a reminder, from chapter 25, it said more Proverbs of Solomon. Some of them are quite practical to certain people, like some of them mentioned specific for the rulers or the kings or the royal prince. But some of them I think apply to everybody as general population. So this is about the wisdom from Solomon. I'm going to continue to read. He who robs his father or mother and says it's not wrong, he is a partner to him who destroys. A greedy man stirs up dissension, but he who trusts in the Lord will prosper. He who trusts in himself is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom is kept safe. He who gives to the poor will lack nothing, but he who closes his eyes to them receives many curses. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding, but when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. Chapter 29. A man who remains stiff-necked after many rebukes will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. When the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. A man who loves wisdom brings joy to his father, but a companion of prostitutes squanders his wealth. By justice, a king gives a country stability, but one who is greedy for bribes tears it down. Whoever flatters his neighbor is spreading a net for his feet. An evil man is snared by his own sin, but a righteous one can sting and be glad. The righteous care about the justice of the poor, but the wicked have no such concern. Mockers stir up a city, but the wise man turn away anger. If a wise man goes court with a fool, the fool rages and scoffs, and there is no peace. Bloodthirsty men hate a man of integrity and seek to kill the upright. A fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control. If a ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked. A poor man and an oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives sight to the eyes of both. If a king judges poor with fairness, his throne will always be secure. The rod of correction imparts wisdom, but a child left to himself disgraces his mother. When the wicked thrive, so does sin, but the righteous will see their downfall. So this is the part of chapter 28, part of chapter 28 and chapter 29. I'm going to continue to finish chapter 29 on next video. So this basically, some of them still quite practical, some of them referring to the many times mentioned the rulers, the kings, so that refer to the specific group of people. So he who robs his father and mother and says it's not wrong, and he is a partner to him who destroys. So this is for the culture respected older people. A greedy man stir up dissension, but he who trusts in the Lord will prosper. So this is saying that the greedy and also the faithful. He who trusts in himself is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom is kept safe. So this is saying this. In specific, this words that wisdom is referring to the listen to the others, not just the trust of yourself. He who gives to the poor will lack nothing, but he who closes his eyes to them receives many curses. So this saying, have a kindness, a tender heart to the poor. But later, I think previously also mentioned, stay away from the poor, or you will be dragged to. So this is the wisdom. I think it's like I mentioned before. It's individualized and with the context, and also in the special situation. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. But when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. So this is referring to the rulers, to the powerful people. A man who remains stiff-necked after many rebukes will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. So this is saying that repeated the old path. Previously mentioned, the fools will not remember the previous scar. So this is the same idea. So this is about the chapter 28 and the chapter 29. A man who remains stiff-necked after this is the beginning of chapter 29. Just saying that be wise. I think that's the take-home message. When the righteous thrive, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, the people groan. This is saying the ruler or the leader, righteous or wicked. The righteous will bring the benison to the people, but the wicked will only bring the groans and the moans. A man who loves wisdom brings joy to his father. A companion of prostitute squanders his wealth. So this is saying be wise and be righteous in the eyes of God. Stay away from those evildoers or the temptations. By justice, a king gives a country stability, but the one who is greedy for bribes tears it down. This saying the king or the rulers need to be justice, I think. Whoever flatters his neighbor is spreading a net for his feet. This saying that the flattering tongue to the people surrounding you, that's not good. An evil man is snared by his own sin, but the righteous one can sing and be glad. This saying the evil and the righteous, the consequences of being evil or righteous. Again, those are who is evil, who is righteous. Is not in anybody's eyes to judge. I think only the God can judge. The righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concern. So this is one of the righteous men. The definition for righteous is to take care of the poor or to have a kindness or tender heart. But not means everybody, all the kindness referring to the righteous, I think, if I'm right. You can think about that. Mockers stir up a city, but the wise man turn away from anger. So this is saying the mockers and the hot-tempered, or the mockers with those useless words to stir up the city. But on the other hand, the wise will just turn away from those hot-tempered. If a wise man goes to court with the fool rages and scoffs, there is no peace. So this is saying that do not argue with the fool. Bloodthirsty men hate a man of integrity and seek to kill the upright. So these are saying those evil people just always look around the praise and victims of who are righteous and right. A fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control. This is saying the hot-tempered people. If a ruler listens to lies, all his officials become wicked. So if a ruler, let's talk about another words about ruler, you have to tell who is lying, who has the flattering lips, and not just listen to the sweet words. A poor man and the oppressor have this in common. The Lord gives sight to the eyes of both. So this is saying that the poor and oppressor have this in common. The God gives sight to the eyes of both. So the God probably give them sight for both, either the poor and the oppressor. I really couldn't interpret it clearly, but you can interpret in your own way. If a king judges the poor with fairness, his throne will always be secure. A rod of correction imparts wisdom, but a child left to himself disgraces his mother. When the wicked thrive, so does sin, and the righteous will see their downfalls. So this continuously talk about the wise and also the wicked, and talk about the king and also as common people. I'm going to stop here today and hope that you can read, interpret in your own way. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.